Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you see something that you like in this video, or perhaps maybe if you learn something in this video, you will subscribe to my channel. It is Monday, April 13th, and I have a 25-gallon container available because I had some winter crops that I harvested, and now I'm going to put some of my pepper plants in it. So right here I'm digging up a nice hole, and I'm showing you that because I live upstairs and the steps are hard on me as a senior citizen, I make sure that I have all my supplies in my little bag before I come downstairs, because I just don't have the energy or stamina to go up and down those steps every time I need something. So I'm just showing you here how I gathered all my supplies with scissors, onions, my seeds that I'm going to companion plant into this container. And I even made my labels upstairs before I came down, because I got a bad habit of not putting labels on, everything that I'm planting. So now I'm getting ready to go get a pepper plant, because you guys remember when I first planted my pepper seedlings, I told you I was putting 6 of them in a 25-gallon bucket, but I was going to remove possibly 1 or 2 later. So I decided to put 2 of my pepper plants into this large 25-gallon container. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to companion plant with it in just a minute, but I want you to notice that I'm putting them real deeply into the soil so that the roots of the companion plants won't interfere with them growing. And look at here, what we caught on sale again, another pecan sapling. The squirrels love to hide them in my containers. You see, that one hasn't even greened out yet. This will be the 3rd one, so I'm going to plant it later. So right now, I'm just smoothing the soil around the 2 pepper plants, because I want to make sure that I don't have any air pockets there so that water will get in and cause a root rot. So what I did for the first one, I'm doing for the second one, and I'm kind of moving the mulch that is straw and leaves out of the way. Make sure that I press down firmly to get those pepper plants situated without any air pockets. Now, the next thing I'm doing here is I'm going to move my sapling out of the way before I forget it. And I'm going to smooth the area around the pepper plants so that I can companion plant them with onions. I just want to make that kind of level in there. Okay, because I dug those 2 deep holes. And now I'm going to take my onion seeds, what they call them, seed onions, whatever you want to call them. I get them from the local big box store, and they work pretty well for me. And the reason why I'm planting those onions around the pepper plants is to repel aphids. They don't like the smell of onions. I'm going to protect my peppers by surrounding them with a barrier of the pungent smell of the onions. This has worked for me in the past, and if it's not broke, I'm going to try to fix things. I didn't have any aphids on any of my pepper plants last year. In fact, the last several years. Now, I personally can't eat onions. I can't digest them. But I just give them away to my family, senior citizens, and neighbors. So now I got my onions planted. I'm going to look around and make sure that I don't have any more available space where I can put them at least about 4 inches apart, because these onions will grow into bulbs, real nice bulbs that you could store for a year. And the little wimpy ones I'm not planting, I'm just putting some nice size seedlings in here. Now, you can see I'm gathering all of the rest of the small onions because I'm going to put them with the rest of my pepper plants. I found a few more big ones, so I'm putting them in there. And the onions won't have a real deep root, so I don't have to worry about them interfering with the growth of the peppers. The onions won't take any nutrition from the peppers because the peppers are planted much deeper into the soil. So I'm just going back around the perimeter of the 2 pepper plants just to make sure that I've got enough coverage with the onions. And I think I'm just about done with that. I'm going to show you later where I'm going to put some more onions in my garden. Now I'm just mounding up the soil, making sure I thoroughly cover up the roots of the little seed onions and smoothing everything out, just gently pushing the soil to make sure I don't have any spaces or any air pockets. And now I'm getting ready to show you how I'm smoothing out the soil, trying to make it kind of even, and I'm picking up the straw and leaf mulch as I go, and I'm putting that around the pepper plants so that it can retain moisture in the soil close to the plants, because it's going to get really hot. Look at there. That is one of those little sponges from my hydroponic system. And that's where I was growing some spinach in this container prior to, planting the peppers. Now, check this out, guys. Now, I'm just making sure that all the soil around the container is level, because next I'm going to companion plant. But before I do that, I want to show you what I've learned with my experience from growing peppers is this. Don't let them produce the fruit too soon. These plants are too young. I just started these seeds in the 1st of February. So I'm cutting off anything that is trying to flower and to produce a pepper, because I need more vigorous roots. I showed you the root ball and it wasn't that big. So I'm moving the bottom leaves because I don't want all that extra foliage. I want peppers. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing the same thing on this side to this pepper plant, and I'm going to top it off as well. When you top off your pepper plants when they're young, they'll grow even more vigorously, they'll bush out more, and you will get more produce. And as a person who is on dialysis because of end-stage kidney failure, I can eat a lot of peppers. It's one of the superfoods that dialysis patients can eat because it doesn't have a lot of phosphorus and potassium that the dialysis treatment can't filter from your blood. And when your kidneys stop doing it, you got to avoid these types of food. So I'm showing you these peppers, guys. I know it's going to be hard for you if you're a new gardener to really remove that much from your pepper plant. But the more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with it, because it's just a plant and it's going to grow back. And it's going to grow back twice as wide and produce twice as many peppers if you do this. Trust me. I'll let you know if I'm experimenting with something, but this is not an experiment. This is proven. Right here I'm showing you I'm picking up more peppers than I really thought that I had cut off. So now I'm leveling everything back around, just making sure the soil is nice and smooth, because you know what I'm getting ready to do next. If you guessed it, you're absolutely right. I'm getting ready to put some mulch, straw mulch and little leaf mulch around the pepper plant so that I can keep that moisture in the soil for as long as I can, because it's really getting ready to get hot in Mesquite, Texas over the next few months. We'll have temperatures in the hundreds, and this is a very heat tolerant plant. Onions and peppers do well. Here's another pepper that I didn't realize that I had cut off. So you sacrifice the little peppers now, but you're going to get a whole lot later on. Now, the next thing that I'm getting ready to do is I'm going to companion plant a crop that is very heat tolerant and has shallow roots, and that is rainbow Swiss chard. Any type of chard, really, but rainbow Swiss chard grows very well in the heat. And so I'm just putting the seeds down about 1/4 of an inch in the ground. And the seeds is like a cluster. So you'll get 3 or 4 little seedlings from one individual seed cluster. So you don't really need to plant that much. So I just took, a random amount, and I'm going to put everything in my hand into the soil, and I'm trying to separate them. But remember, I can always go back and thin these out when I see which seeds develop or germinate and which ones don't. And then after I get all the seeds in, that's when I am going to smooth the soil over the seeds and then get everything watered in. And now I'm adding just a little straw mulch over where I planted the seeds so that, that the ground will stay moist. But for the first week, I'll come out and put just a little water around where I put the rainbow Swiss chard seeds, right around the perimeter until they germinate so they don't dry out. And I will have a much higher percentage of germination. And there you see me putting my little labels in. Here is the second 25-gallon container that I took those two plants out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to companion plant them with some onions. Now, I'm not going to put as many onions in this container as I did the previous one because you can look right here. You can see that I have some marigolds. So I'm going to put the biggest bulbs that I could find, and I'm going to put just a few around the perimeter of these plants. And I've already staked them with a bamboo stake so that I can support them as they continue to grow. And I'll go back and put some stakes in the other two plants. I'll probably do that tomorrow because remember, I'm still only working 30 minutes a day to get my garden then completed for the spring planting. I'm not overworking myself because I physically don't want to have any setbacks. So far, I haven't missed any dialysis treatments because I was too sick to go, and I have perfect scores when I get my blood work done. So I'm really following the advice of the nephrologist, the dietitian, and also the social worker, because the fewer hospital stays that you have, the better. And so I've been very blessed that I've been able to conform and do the stuff that I'm supposed to do. So right now, I'm getting ready now to top off these peppers the same way I did the other ones. I'm not going to go into any detail. I'm just showing you that I'm topping them off. I have a jalapeno pepper here. I have California Wonder and two of the, I can't think of the name of this. It's a new sweet pepper, a red pepper. And by the way, those peppers that they recommend that we eat as dialysis patients are red peppers. They have the least amount of phosphorus. So I'm trying a new one. And I'll pop the name of the picture, and I'm showing you that those are a lot of jalapenos that I cut off. But it's okay. They'll just be mulch. And so I'm continuing to top them off, and then I will water the little onion seeds that I put in. And again, I'm removing all of the leaves at the bottom because you don't want the pepper plants to start putting on peppers that low to the ground because the plant is not strong enough to support it. For those of you that live in colder climates like zone 7 or lower, now is the time that you can start your pepper plants from seeds right now, and you can start your Swiss chard seeds right now. And then all you have to do when your temperatures get warmer is to just transplant your seedlings directly into your soil. And I want to tell you guys one more thing about as I've gotten older. I used to make my own potting mix, but those bags are too heavy for me to be lifting. And because I grow a lot of things from seeds, I just buy potting mix because that's easier on my body. But if you guys are younger than me, go ahead and watch some of my older videos and make your own potting mix. But please believe me, when you top your peppers, you will double your branches in the long run and double your harvest. I'm going to show you these pepper plants in a few weeks, and I guarantee you they're going to be much bigger. So that's it for today. I hope that you subscribe, and if you can, share my video. You guys know that I love you, and God loves you too. Bye now.